Hi. Hi, welcome to Watcher DM. Am I live? It says I'm live. I'm in fact live. Oh, yeah. Okay, here we go. Coming in hot. Hi. Hi, welcome to Watcher DM. All right, sweet. I'm live. Welcome to Watcher DM. I'm Gabriel. Today I'm continuing, maybe finishing my series on the A2, Secret of the Slavers Stockades. My objective with this series is to take the original Advanced Dungeons and Dragons module from 1981 and condense it into a Notion document that can be used to run it at my table, where I will be running it starting this coming Monday. For my party, my players, we're going to be using the old school Essentials system by Necrotic Gnome. Not heavily modified like those awesome guys at 3D6 down the line, but we're learning, we're getting the ropes. And yeah, so if you want to, you can check out the previous videos in the series where I go through this process for kind of all the rooms of the dungeon up till now. Missed a couple because I had done some off stream, but it's a lot. And you can kind of get a sense of what I'm trying to do here by looking at the structure and data in some of these entries. So like the slave pits, for instance. Oh gosh, we're way up here in the hill fort still. Okay, we're in the monster section now. So 28 is where the slave pits start. So you can see this, 3 paragraphs of information has been turned into, divided into cells with metal bars and crossbar roofs, 2 to 8 slaves per cell, which honestly we don't need because it actually describes each of the cells. And then each stone, east wall stone platform above cells for overseers. So instead of having all this stuff, I guess this stuff, we have this stuff. And then for each one of these, I've got just a nice, brief, easy way to keep the information that I need at hand while I go through the process of running this. So I'm going to have this at hand at the table. If you want to get your hands on this document and help me update it, refine it, make it awesome, you can go join my Patreon, because this is, as soon as this is done, I'm going to be releasing this to my patrons and making it available on there to paid Patreon members. And there should be a link down in the thing for this if you want to do that. If you don't, you can go join for free. There's a bunch of free stuff over there too. But you should join. And you should join our mailing list on watcherdm.com, because we write kind of a lot. I think. I don't know. I feel like we write a lot of cool stuff. Maybe you'd enjoy it. I hope you would. But enough of all that. Enough shilling. Let's get into the work. 29. Witch Doctor's Quarters. So, start by reading the room as it is presented in the adventure. This room is filled with a blue haze and the pungent odor of incense. The walls are covered with black drapes, and a brazier with hot coals stands in the center of the room. There's an ornate chair before the brazier, a cot with furs thrown across it, and 2 low tables covered with herbs and paraphernalia are all else that is in this room. The room has no occupants. This is the room of Guliet, a female goblin witch doctor and Marquessa's assistant. If the witch doctor has already been encountered as a wandering monster and slain, the room will remain empty. Otherwise, Guliet will return to her quarters in 3 turns. Beside the ornate chair is a box of white powdered incense. The witch doctor often sits in this chair, burning incense and meditating. In the seat of the chair is a false compartment. This compartment may only be opened by sitting in the chair and bending over and pressing a stud on each chair leg. Within the compartment is a velvet pouch. It holds 3 pieces of jade worth 60 gold pieces each, and a necklace of garnet and electrum worth 1,300 gold pieces. The tables contain various items for scrying and fortune telling. Okay. Pretty straightforward. So I think I usually tend to start with furniture. So we'll say walls covered in black drapes. Sorry. Ornate chair. Brazier in the center of the room. Brazier, center of room. A cot. Covered with furs. Thrown across it. And 2 low tables. Okay. Then we get into what's in the stuff. So I think Brazier emits blue haze from incense. And oh, I didn't put the ornate chair. See this here. There's an ornate chair before the brazier. Okay. Ornate chair. So an ornate chair in front of the brazier. A secret compartment in seat. Must be seated and press to pressing a stud on each front leg. And then inside the secret compartment, we get a velvet pouch. And that contains 3 jade, 60 gold pieces each. Electrum and garnet necklace worth 1,300 gold pieces. Cool. All right, what else? What else? It says that the tables are covered with herbs and paraphernalia. It also says there's a white box of incense. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to say low tables have herbs, box of white incense, and small scrying mirror. Seems fair enough. Okay. Cool. Yeah, let's take a quick look over it. Walls covered in black drapes, a brazier in the center of the room, a blue haze, and a strange, I guess it doesn't really talk about the smell, does it? Oh no, pungent odor. Okay, so we'll just call it pungent incense. Pungent incense. Cool. The walls are covered with black drapes and a brazier with hot coals, so yes. Hot coals. Emits a blue haze. Cool. Oh, right. And then the big deal here is if not already killed at is this Juliet? Is that? I think there's like a couple of different spellings of this character's name too. Because I'm pretty sure this is the one. Juliet. Marquessa's assistant and apprentice. Yeah, that's so weird. I wonder if I misspelled it or if it's misspelled here. Returns in 3 turns. Cool. All right, first room down. Let's go to 30. That's kind of weird. Oh, right. This is the 30 and then 30A because it's Marquessa's double. That tracks. Okay. Marquessa's chamber. The entrance to this corridor is guarded by 2 gnolls. They are fiercely loyal to Marquessa and will fight as 4 hit die monsters. Okay. But they're 2 hit die monsters. If attacked, they will sound the alarm by striking a brass tube hanging on the north wall and then fight till help arrives. Let's look at this real quick. 30. Oh. I see. Okay, so this is like the fake entrance to Marquessa's chambers. I see. This is like her wing of the dungeon. That tracks. That makes sense. Okay, let's put that in here then. So easy peasy. 2 gnolls fight as 4 HD. Fiercely loyal to Marquessa. Cool. If attacked, we will alarm by striking a brass tube hanging on north wall. This is one of those times where, like, it would be really cool if they told me where help comes from. So I think if we look here, 30, we are likely to get help from 29, 24, and 23. So let's take a quick look at those. So 29 is Witch Doctor's quarters. No help's coming from there. 24 is the kitchen. No help's coming from there. There's cooks and 2 goblins in there. 23 is the mess hall. It's empty. It's just empty. So I'm wondering where they think help's coming from. I guess there are a bunch of goblins in this place. Maybe up here. Interesting. Okay. Well, bang away, man. Go for help. All right, that's Marquessa's chambers. And we get into 30A, Marquessa's doubles chamber. The party sees a female elf with ivory skin, golden hair, and amber-colored eyes. She is wearing studded leather armor and carrying a short sword and throwing darts. She is seated at a working table, writing on a length of parchment. If Marquessa has escaped and encountered with the party, they will believe that this elf is Marquessa, since the elf looks exactly like her. Actually, she is one of Marquessa's more successful experiments, a double who has been surgically and magically altered to look like Marquessa, then brainwashed to obey Marquessa's commands. The elf is a 2nd level fighter, 2nd level magic user. She usually assists Marquessa in her dealings with the slave merchants. Her spells are magic, missile, and shield. The experiment was not a complete success. The elf has not been completely brainwashed. A spark of rebellion still flickers. When the party confronts the elf, there is an 80% chance she will pretend to be Marquessa and act against the party, trying to lead them into a trap, and a 20% chance she will tell the party the story of her ordeal and beg them to help her escape. This room contains well-crafted furniture of walnut. There are 2 chairs, a table, a wardrobe, and a blanket chest. Interesting. The bed is low to the floor and curtained by green velvet drapes. On the floor are 2 rugs made of polar bear worth 180 gold pieces each. A full-length mirror stands against the western wall, and a painting of Marquessa hangs on the eastern wall. Behind the mirror is a secret door opened by knocking twice on the wall to the right of the door. The wall is worn at this spot. The picture on the wall has the powers of a wizard's eye spell so that Marquesa can view what is going on in this chamber if she is in her room. Interesting. Characters may get an uneasy feeling of being watched. The wardrobe on the south wall also conceals a secret door, which is opened by pulling down a peg in the back of the wardrobe. However, this door is wizard locked, and only Marquesa or a magic user of 9th level or higher may open it. The wardrobe contains silk dresses and slippers worth a total of 600 gold pieces. In the pocket of a riding robe are 2 gold coins. 2 gold coins. 2 GP. Good job. All right. This one is going to be a little bit tricky, but let's start as I like to with the furniture. So walnut furniture. Don't know why we're specifying what type of wood all of a sudden. 2 chairs. Table. Wardrobe, blanket chest, and a bed. Low, curtained by green velvet drapes. Also 2 rugs. Polar bear, worth 180 GP each, I think. Yeah, each. Easy peasy. Oh yeah, a full-length mirror. So, but the full-length mirror stands against the western wall and a painting of... Okay, so here we'll say west wall, painting of Marquesa. Oh, sorry, that's east wall. West wall, full length mirror. Cool. All right. Behind mirror is secret door. And the secret door in this case. Yeah, that's interesting. So it says. Right. And then on the south wall, there's the wardrobe. Got it. Okay. So I should move the wardrobe information. And then, so this is the west. Sorry. Western wall. Western wall is a full length mirror. Okay, cool. Behind the mirror is a secret door, and it leads to 31. Secret door to 31. Opened by knocking twice next to door. I think it said like wall worn on this spot. Say worn. Cool. Okay, and then we talk about the Wizard's Eye spell. So Marquesa can see, hear from her private chambers, I think is what it's saying. Like, it's talking about she can view it from her room. It really hasn't described which one is her room yet, so but I'm assuming it's Marquesa's private chambers. Marquesa can see what's going on in his chamber. She's in her room. Character's got an uneasy feeling of being watched. Sure. Easy feeling of being watched. Okay. And on the south wall, we have the wardrobe, which has secret door at back, wizard locked, let's say 9th level. And this actually, secret door at back leads to, this one leads to 35. Okay, so this leads to her secret, her private chambers. Leads to 35. Wizard locked. 9th level or higher. Otherwise, silk dresses and slippers, 600 GP. In the pocket of a riding robe, 2 gold coins. I'll give him 2 GP another way. That's not the way. Yeah, that's not the way. Okay, so we have all the furniture. We have all the stuff. Sitting at table writing is, and I'm just going to call her false, or I guess I should say Marquesa false. 20% chance to reveal herself as fake and ask for rescue. I think that's about right. And what I'll probably do is make a stat block for false Marquesa. I'll put here 80% chance to pretend to be Marquesa and lead party into trap. Now, good question. What trap? Like, is there bodyguard's exercise room? Has a bunch of fighters in it. Bodyguard's quarters, nothing too crazy. Maybe she leads him into the Minotaur's room to get murked. Although, I feel like she wouldn't probably... And 33 is the Minotaur's room. 34 is Marquesa's spell room. All of the stuff is secret doors. Right? So this is a secret door. Everything out of here is a secret door. This whole wing is hidden. What is the right thing to do here? Because it doesn't, it's unclear. Okay. Yeah, it says she leads them to a trap. It is unclear which trap she would lead them to. So we'll just say into a trap and leave it at that, and I will figure it out later. I think that's everything for Marquesa's doubles room. Go ahead and seal that up. And then we'll head into the bodyguard's exercise room. This room appears to be a fighter's practice room, with weapons hung on the wall, a quintain, and practice dummies of straw. There is a tall, slender, muscular elf in padded leather armor and shield working out on the quintain. He's making lightning-quick blows and then ducking under the swinging arm as it comes around. Cool. This elf is another experiment of Marquesa. He used to be ugly and weak, but she designed him to be her personal bodyguard and lover. Oof. He still bears scars from the operation on the back of his neck. He was supposed to be brainwashed to fall in love with Marquesa, but instead he has fallen in love with her double. That's hilarious. The bodyguard is the only one who can distinguish between the double and Marquesa. If the party is harming the double, he will attack in fury, but if she tells him they are helping her to escape, there's a 50% chance that the bodyguard will help the party. The elf fights as a 6th level fighter, and if he has advanced warning of the party's arrival, he will don his plate mail armor and shield. It will be AC 0. On the wall of this room are a rack of 6 throwing knives, 2 wooden shields, 2 pole arms, and wooden heads, and a goose down mattress for exercise sessions with Marquesa. Yeah, that's what we're doing that? Okay. The quintain is a revolving crosspiece on a post. On one end of the crosspiece is fastened a shield, and a sandbag is attached to the other end. Striking the shield will cause the sandbag to swing around. Okay. I guess that's what we're doing. So, yeah, let's start with the stuff here. So we've got contain shield. Weapons hung on walls. Contain. Practice dummies. Straw. Muscular elf. Practicing fighting, I guess. Man, this is such a weird narrative. Okay. So that's all fine. On the wall of this room are a rack of 6 throwing knives. 2 wooden shields. I don't know why we would put pole arms with wooden heads, so I'm going to leave them off. I'm leaving the down mattress out because that's just weird. One on the cross piece, a revolving cross piece. I know what I know what a quintain is. I don't need to explain that. Like, I can explain it without needing that. And then, yeah, I think the only thing is, so the normal narrative here is that he was programmed or experimented on to be brainwashed to be in love with Marquesa, but he fell in love with her double. I think we'll just say in love with false Marquesa. I'm not going to mention the other part. 50% will join party if they're helping her escape. With plate mail and shield, he has AC 0 and fights as 6th level fighter. Cool. I think that's plenty for that room there. Let me just double check here. So 31, you enter here. It goes up. Okay. And now these are his personal quarters. This room is simple and austere. There is a cot, a table with food on it, and a flask of wine and a stool. So, cot, table, food, and wine. And a stool. The bodyguard's chamber. There's nothing of value here. Beneath his pillow is a lock of golden hair, and on the table is a pewter eating dagger. Okay. Beneath pillow, lock of golden hair, false Marquesa, on table, pewter eating dagger. Okay. 33, Minotaur's room. Now this is kind of interesting. It says see secret doors. So let's look at this. 3. These 3 secret doors are protected. I see. Okay, so all the secret doors here are protected by glyphs of warding and wizard locks. It will open only to Marquesa or 9th level wizard or higher if they speak aloud the name of the glyph. The glyph. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. 34, Minotaur's room. Let's drink this ocean first. Oh my god, I'm so close. We're so close. Minotaur's room. This room is musty and foul-smelling. The floor is littered with old bones, and a plank of wood lies just in front of the door. In one corner of the room is a pile of leaves. The room appears to be empty. There is a door on the opposite side. This is the lair of the Minotaur. He has propped a plank of wood at each door, which will fall if anyone tries to force the doors. This warns him, and he will step behind the door to await the party's entrance. Then he will attack with surprise. The Minotaur is Marquesa's special guard, and he will attack on sight anyone not accompanied by Marquesa or her double. He guards a secret door in the east wall, which leads to Marquesa's spell room. Marquesa rewards him with a steady supply of slaves to eat. Ugh. The secret door is described in section C below. Okay. So, geez, I think there's really kind of not much in here, right? Wooden planks in front of doors. Alert Minotaur of intruders. And pile of leaves in corner, question mark? I think that's what's going on here. Plank of wood. In one corner of the room is a pile of leaves. Pile of leaves in... Yeah, it doesn't say which corner, so I'm just going to assume it doesn't matter. And there's a door on the opposite side. That's fine. Okay. We will say at Minotaur waits behind door if alerted, attacking intruders by surprise unless accompanied by Marquesa, real or fake. It's fine. He guards secret door on east wall to spell room, so 34. Okay. I think I'm gonna say here what the stuff about the glyph of warding. So glyph of warding and wizard's lock, 9th level. The glyph on this spell room, 34, is death, and the first character to open this door without speaking its name must save versus death ray or die. Woof. Death. I guess I should just put this glyph here. Death. The glyph on the north door to room 35. Let me look at this real quick. This one? They're both kind of north. This terror, and the first character to open this door without speaking his name must save his speller, scream, and flee in terror. beating past his or her comrades to escape. The character will be totally unwilling to go through the door. The glyph on the west door to room 35. This one? Okay. Is Frost, and the first character to open the door without speaking its name will be blasted by cold for 20 points of damage. If a save versus spell is made, the character will only take half damage. Yeah, see, that's really strange to put that way. I think I probably... I can show you exactly how I'm going to do this. So, Glyph of Warding Death. First opener without uttering death. Save versus death ray or die. Easy peasy. Okay, then we're in Marquessa's spell room. This room contains shelves filled with alchemical and surgical equipment and dozens of closed bins. Yeah, I think the reason they probably did that is because it's super confusing that comes from the Marquessa's doubles chamber, which this is actually leads to second secret door into 35. Wizard locked 9th level, and Glyph of Warding. Let me figure this one out here. This one's Terror, right? The north door to room 35 is Terror. First to open without, or first opener is what I was doing. Opener. Here. First opener without uttering terror. Save versus spell or scream and run. Fine. Cool. All right. So now we get to do Marquessa's spell room. I think the rest of this stuff is probably fine. Marquessa's spell room. This room contains shelves filled with alchemical and surgical equipment and dozens of closed bins. A pentagram is painted on the floor of the room in red. White candles stand in candle holders at each of its 5 points. They're unlit. In the center of the pentagram is a gold amulet. This is Marquessa's spell room, and most of the bins and shelves are filled with materials necessary to spell research and magical experimentation. Some of the items in the bins are parchment, pens carved from exotic materials and rare inks, paints, powdered metals, strings, brass hammers, and plates and other magical equipment. Most of the baskets are filled with straw to protect their contents. If anyone steps inside the pentagram, the candles will burst aflame, and the person will fall into a slumber from which he or she may only be roused if he or she is taken from the pentagram. The amulet is Electrum and contains a protection from good spell, which may be activated for 3 turns once a day by speaking the command word. The amulet will remain stuck to the floor until someone enters the pentagram. There is a slithering tracker in the bottom of one bin that is locked. If the party opens the bin, they will find it filled with semi-transparent gel. There is a 10% chance that the slithering tracker will attack right away. Otherwise, the tracker will act inert. And when the party's sleeping, it will follow. If it can catch the party, leaves, it will flow over one of the characters and attempt to paralyze him or her. If it is successful, it will drain all of the blood out of the character in 6 turns and then will leave. Woof. Beneath a false bottom in the 3rd bin is Marquessa's 3rd level spellbook. The first page is trapped with explosive rune. Very cool. The book has the spell Lightning Bolt in it. All the items in this room are worth a total of 1,300 gold pieces, though it would require several mules to carry this stuff. Okay. So, I think... Yeah, honestly, this is like shelves, bins, and... I think it's just shelves and bins. And then a pentagram painted in red. Candle holders at the 5 points. Okay. Unlit. Right, and then amulet in center of pentagram. So 1,300 GP worth of magical research materials. I think that's just how we're going to treat it. Is just say, if you take this stuff or if you do research here, you get 1,300 gold pieces worth of spell research. Amulet is protection from good. I don't really know why the rest of that matters, so I'm gonna leave it there. I guess it's kind of implying that there's 3 bins. Slithering tracker, 10% to attack. Otherwise, plays dead. And paralyzes sleeping adventurers. It's so weird. Like, what? Is anybody going to sleep in this room? Are we sleeping here? Is this the sleeping place? I don't know. Leaves. It will catch the party leaves. If it can catch the party, leaves. Yeah. Typos. Just typos. That's what's up here. And then false bottom in 3rd bin. 3rd level spell book. Explosive rune. Contains lightning bolt spell. Cool. That is Marquessa's spell room. And then this also has secret door. And this is like southeast wall has secret door to 35. It is wizard's locked and glyph of warding, and this one is freeze, I think. Freeze or frost? Frost. Okay. So, the frost spell. First opener without uttering frost. Blasted by cold for 20 damage. Save versus spell for half. Cool. I think that's... Oh, right. In the pentagram, entering pentagram knocks PC, puts to sleep. I think that's about it. It's like literally only awakened if removed. So that's kind of tricky because I feel like, yeah, it could be tricky. It's fine, but it could be tricky. Amulet in the center of the pentagram. Intruder to sleep, only awakened if removed. Protection from good. Yeah. Intruders to sleep. Awakened if removed. Okay, cool. 34. Done. All right, so this is 35. This is Marquesa's private chamber. This looks a little chaotic for a private chamber, and wait a minute. No, this is actually the wrong map. This is for 35 in the hill forts. Right? Yeah, that's this. Coolsies. Okay, that's really good to know. I was super confused by that, but yeah, this makes sense. Okay, so I'm gonna move this up to... Oh, dude, that's so awesome. That is so awesome. So I was like, oh my god, this room that they describe here is kind of a nightmare. But yeah, these are the hobgoblins. Oh, this is great. I'm going to be able to actually make this. That's awesome. Okay, cool. That's the kitchen for that. Great. Let's do Marquesa's room. What are we at? 5:05. Got probably another 15 minutes to go on stream. Thanks for joining so far. Drop a like, subscribe if you want. I'm not your dad, but you know, do it. 35. Marquesa's private chambers. This room is a luxurious bed chamber, richly outfitted with costly furniture, expensive tapestries, and brightly colored carpets. There is a curtained alcove in the southwestern corner of this room, draped with white velvet. There's a canopied bed, a blanket chest at the foot of the bed, a wardrobe, 2 ornate chairs, and 3 small tables, one holding a basin and pitcher for washing. There is also a small fireplace. This actually is a pretty good room description. I like that they're just like, this is the furniture in the room. This is Marquesa's private quarters. If she has escaped from room 22 and is still alive, she will be sitting in the curtained alcove in the front of a dresser with a mirror, combing her hair or bandaging her wounds. She'll be armed and armored, as given in Area 19. Note that she will not have available any thrown darts and will not have rememorized any spells used. Marquesa has a wand of magic missiles with 12 charges left in it on the dresser, and there's a pinch of dust of disappearance on her powder puff. She's got a powder puff. If the party attacks her, she will use the dust of disappearance to turn invisible and attack with her wand. Attacking while invisible due to dust of disappearance will not cancel her invisibility. She will then move to the fireplace and flee out of the secret entrance. If Marquesa has been killed already, the room will be empty. The mirror on the dresser will, upon command, show what is occurring in room 30, as seen by the painting there. The furniture in this room is worth a total of 3,000 gold pieces if sold at market. The rugs are worth 250 gold pieces each, and the tapestries depicting a hunt and a lady's court scene are worth an additional 400 gold pieces each. The blanket chest holds 2 down-filled pillows and a fur cover worth 300 gold pieces. Embedded into the south wall behind the bed curtains is a wall safe. The safe has a poison needle trap in the lock. Inside the safe is a metal box containing a gold and ruby necklace worth 1,400 gold pieces, a matching pair of earrings worth 600 gold pieces, and a stick pin with the leering face of a gargoyle with 2 ruby eyes worth 75 gold pieces. When the head of the stick pin is pressed, a drop of very toxic poison will form at its tip. Save versus poison at -4 if pricked or die. There is also a velvet purse holding 50 platinum pieces and 3 sapphires worth 150 gold pieces each. Hidden behind a secret panel, treated as a secret door, in the back of the safe are Marquessa's first and second level spellbooks. The first contains the spells Magic Missile, Protection from Good, and Shocking Grasp. The second contains Scare, Wizard Lock, and Darkness 15-foot radius. Behind the fireplace on the east wall is a secret door opened by adjusting the flue with a poker. When the secret door is opened, the wooden chandelier on the ceiling will come crashing to the floor to distract attention. The fireplace will then swing out into the room, revealing a secret passage beyond it. This is Marquessa's escape tunnel if she is pursued to her chambers. Okay, well, let's look at this real quick. That's this. So this is the escape tunnel. 36 escape tunnel. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah. All right, woof. That's a lot of stuff. Let's pile it in. Let's get her done. We're so close. We are so close. Am I tripping? I thought I loved this. Right, I do. Okay, I love this. Luxurious bed chamber, richly outfitted with costly furniture, expensive tapestries. So I think there's 2 tapestries. The rugs are worth 250 gold pieces each. But it actually doesn't say how many rugs are here. Does it? No, it doesn't. It just says, and brightly colored carpets. So I'm just going to put 2 carpets, or 2 rugs. Curtained alcove. Velvet. Okay, so a canopied bed. Blanket chest. Wardrobe. 2 ornate chairs. 3 small tables. One holding a basin and a pitcher for washing. There's also a small fireplace. Small fireplace. Okay. Cool. Curtained alcove. Where's the curtained alcove? Southwest corner. Curtained alcove. Let me just look at the map again. So that's down here. Okay. In front of a dresser. It doesn't say that there's a dresser, so we will add a dresser. This is part of the reason that I do this stuff, right? It's like, it'd be pretty easy to just read this description and then be like, oh, you go over to the alcove, she's sitting at a dresser, and they're like, well, why didn't we see the dresser? And you're like, oh, right, well, you know. It's fine, like, it's not that big of a deal, but it is helpful to know that all this stuff is there. Behind the bed curtains, right? Mirror on the dresser. Okay, so that's fine. I guess the ticket here is to say if Marquessa is still alive, she will be in the alcove, bandaging wounds or brushing hair. I don't know why she'd be brushing her hair, but she has a wand of magic missile, 12 charges, and dust of disappearance makeup. Can attack without breaking invisibility? Pretty cool. Southwestern curtained alcove. Dresser with mirror on top. And I think there is on command show room 30 from painting. All right. That's all good. Don't have to be worried about any of that. Cool. Okay. Furniture in this room is worth 3,000 gold pieces. Rugs are 250 gold pieces each. And tapestries are 400 gold pieces each. In blanket chest, down-filled pillows, and fur cover, 300 gold pieces. Okay. Embedded in the south wall behind the bed curtains. I guess this will be south wall behind bed curtains is safe, wall safe, trapped poison needle, metal box, contains gold and ruby necklace. That's 1,400 gold pieces. Matching earrings. That's 600 gold pieces. Stick pin. Gargoyle. With ruby eyes, I guess. 75 gold pieces. And this is like when the head of the stick pin is pressed. Okay. Press head to release poison. Save -4 or die. All right. I'm actually just going to break this down like this. At a certain point, right, it's like, what are you going to do? I need to have these things be kind of like small and chunky. Okay, and then we get a velvet purse, 50 platinum pieces, and it contains 3 sapphires, 150 GP each. Okay. Then, there's at the back of the safe. Oh my god. Okay, so at the same level as the metal box. False back in safe. Secret door. And this contains first and second level spell books. The spells here are Magic Missile, Protection from Good, Shocking Grasp. The second book has Scare, Wizard Lock, and Darkness 15-foot radius. At last, I get through all that. Southwest corner alcove, fine. And then behind fireplace, which is on the east wall, right? So I'm just going to say east wall, fireplace, hides a secret door. Just flew with poker to 36. Activating, drops chandelier in middle of room. I think that's about it. I think that's everything for this room, 35. Now let's do a quick check-in to see where we're at, because I think we started this on 29. So 29, Witch Doctor's Quarters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Got 2 more rooms left before we're at our 10 for the day. I'm already at an hour. We're gonna keep going. We only got 4 rooms left for the whole thing. I feel like we can pull this off. I think we can do this. It's only like a page. This is gonna be fine. Escape tunnel. The door opens to reveal a 5-foot wide tunnel running to the south and out of sight. This escape tunnel is trapped with a covered pit. The trapdoor is 20 feet long and will fall open once someone runs across it. The cover, however, has a safety catch on it and is normally safe to walk across. If Marquesa is pursued down the corridor, she will step on a stone trigger on the south side of the pit, activating the trap once she has crossed it. Rude. Any character stepping on the trap should roll a d6. On a roll of 1 to 3, the character will fall. On a roll of 4 to 5, the character will manage to catch hold of the edge and hang on. Hanging individuals must be rescued in 1 to 3 rounds, or they too will fall. On a roll of 6, the character will have managed to leap to safety. Those characters who fall will take 2d6 points of damage and will fall 40 feet into an underground river. Okay, the river cushions their fall. Swift flowing current. Whoa. Victims will be carried out of sight in less than 1 round by the swift flowing current. Got it. Characters may swim, but party members in metallic armor, chain, plate, bandit, etc. have a 25% chance of drowning. Characters in leather armor have a 10% chance of drowning, while characters in no armor or magical armor have a 5% chance of drowning. Anyone who survives will be carried out of the dungeon with the river emerging in a lake within sight of a cave, which is the tunnel exit from the dungeon. Okay. Pit trap. 40-foot fall to river, to underground river. .2d6 damage. Swept away to lake past exit. The rest of this is bullshit. The rest of this is just bad design. Like, I think we can just use a dexterity test here, maybe with a modifier, and it's going to be fine. I don't want to do whatever this is trying to do. It seems dumb. Exit tunnel. The tunnel is 15 foot wide and 15 feet high. It is very long, almost 300 yards, and runs out into the hills nearly a quarter of a mile away from the fort. At varying intervals along the way, lit torches have been stuck in the wall to provide a dim light. Who is keeping these torches lit for a quarter mile? Partway down the tunnel, Marquesa's escape tunnel exits through a secret door in the west wall into this passage. The secret door looks like part of the stone wall and is opened by pushing up a nearby rock outcropping. Let me look at this here. .37. Okay, that's kind of weird. Partway down the tunnel, Marquesa's escape tunnel Exits through a secret door to the west wall of this passage. Is that still 37? That doesn't feel like 37. Whatever. Quarter mile long. 15 foot by 15 foot. Secret door from 36 exits into this tunnel. Kind of nothing else here, I think. I mean, the lit torches don't make any sense. I'm not going to put any lit torches. Like, who's coming through and lighting a quarter mile worth of torches? Secret door from 36. That exits into this tunnel. Right. Underground cavern. The tunnel opens into a large natural cavern. In the southeastern corner of the cavern are a number of black-skinned elves leading slaves who are carrying packs. The cavern serves as a trading station for drow, black elf caravans that trade with the hill fort. The drow caravans come from deeper inside the earth, and the tunnels that the drow caravan is entering... ever deeper under the hill, and are thus suitable for further adventures should the DM wish. The caravan consists of a merchant and 7 guards. The merchant is armed, blah, blah, blah. The guard leader is armed, blah, blah, blah. And each is armed with magical shit. 2 poison javelins. All these drow have the power of... Yeah, I know what drow do. All the weapons and armor carried by the drow are of special manufacture and do not radiate magic. If exposed to sunlight, they will lose their magical properties immediately and corrode within 2 weeks. I'm going to do for the first time in this whole thing, ignore this room. Doesn't matter. A way to get to the Underdark. Currently unavailable. Because we're not doing this. We are not doing this. That's not what our campaign is about. We are trying to go from A1 through to A4. So cool that we can get to the Underdark from here. But honestly, if I put my party up against a bunch of drow, and I'm like, oh yeah, these guys got magical crap. It's awesome. It's like a +3 chainmail. They were super hard to fight. Oh yeah, you take their stuff, go out in sunlight, doesn't work. Corrodes in 2 weeks. What kind of a dick do you have to be? Brutal. All right, exit. There's a large cavern with an exit on the far side, through which a cool breeze blows. The room is occupied by several hobgoblins standing about a small campfire by the entrance to the cave. These 7 hobgoblins guard the cave against discovery, even though it is well camouflaged outside and is in a hidden dell. The hobgoblins are armed with polearms and are bored. If Marquesa has fled this way, they are just pretending boredom to draw the party out, at which time they will leap behind the boulders and grab their bows hidden there. Each hobgoblin has 2d6 gold pieces. In the dell beyond the cave entrance is a lake which connects to the underground river in 36. Any who survive the trap there will be able to rejoin the party if they exit here. Okay, so 7 hobgoblins guard this. Blow that breeze. Oh my god. No. I hit the wrong button. I did the thing. Dang it. Hold on. Refresh tab. If you hit the page up or page down button in Notion, it just breaks the thing. Alright. So these 7 hobgoblins guard this entrance. Board. Feigning if Marquesa escaped this way. 2d6 GP each. Hidden dell with lake, fed by underground river in 36. I think that's right. Okay. Holy crap. It is done. An hour and 10 minutes. We did it. All of the rooms for this entire adventure have been converted into way more usable shape than the original. There's still a lot of cleanup I have to do here, so I'm not going to say that this is done. It certainly isn't. Also, importantly, I'm linking to, like, this is the 5e stat block for Hog. In fact, actually, this is the Knave 2e stub that I have in my Notion for the stat blocks. So my plan next is to go through, and there is a whole section of this adventure module that is these stat blocks. I'm going to do the same kind of treatment for the stat blocks. Yeah, like, what is all this stuff, man? What is this stuff? Are these the PCs? Tournament characters. Okay, that's what these are. Got it. Areas encountered. Number of characters surviving. Crazy. Yeah, there's like a whole scoring matrix for this. It's so wild. What a weird adventure. There's some impressive stuff in here, though. I'm pretty pleased. I'm going to do a review of the adventure after I run it. And yeah, thanks for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed. And if you want to support Watcher DM, you can go to watcherdm.com, go join our mailing list. You can go join our Patreon. I think there's a link in the doobly-doo. We also have a Kickstarter coming up for A Privatized Little Hell. It is going to be an awesome adventure designed for 5e for 16th level. So it's a high-level adventure written by Austin Holm. It's a great dark comedy about going into corporate hell, which is dope. And yeah, I think that's it. Thanks so much for watching, and thanks for playing. Bye.